1 in 10 people around the world lives in extreme poverty, which the World Bank defines as earning less than $1.90 a day. Malnutrition, stunted growth, and cognitive impairment affect over 30% of children in sub-Saharan Africa and South Asia, leaving them unprepared for the automated economy of the future. So warns World Bank President Yong, who says the numbers are improving, but not fast enough.
Many people will find themselves undereducated and without the skills to be able to compete in the economy of the future. And so many countries are going to go down the path of fragility, conflict, violence, and then, of course, extremism and migration. That's going to happen if we don't change the mindset.
There are success stories in the battle against disease and illiteracy, says a former head of USAID who now leads the Rockefeller Foundation.
When you look at countries like Rwanda, they've achieved a 70% reduction in child mortality in just 1 decade. So we know that nations can be successful. What it takes, though, is more political will, more focus on science and technology.
China is a new player in the world of development. By one count, its loans and aid to 140 countries exceeded $350 billion over a 14-year period. China's new aid agency has fewer restrictions than Western agencies on their loans regarding corruption, governance, and human rights.
On the Chinese side, they basically claim that their form of interaction, which is basically doing business, that is preferable to the way that Western institutions have engaged in the past.
China's growing involvement in developing economies worries some, but Furchin says the jury is still out on its impact. World Bank lending totaled nearly $60 billion last year for improving infrastructure or meeting basic needs like health and education. Kim says the bank will release a ranking of nations in its first Human Capital Index to compare investments in human needs on a nation-to-nation basis. One who works in the health sector welcomes the approach.
And so if we don't think about people as being part of our asset, the biggest asset class really we have is our talents as people, then we're never going to unlock that potential for the creativity, for the next generation of innovation, for the next cure that we have in the marketplace.
These analysts say a stable and prosperous world requires a focus on human needs, and in the end, that's good business. Mike O'Sullivan, VOA News, Los Angeles.